Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you for everyone who came from near and far, friends and relatives and everyone. Thank you for joining us for this evening. We will be celebrating the life of Kitty Sarkissian, a friend, a family member, a fellow churchgoer, and just a wonderful smiling face around this neighborhood. So this is not intended to be a somber event. This is a celebration. So we hope that tonight your hearts will be filled with happy memories, and you get to listen to all the beautiful music and all of our wonderful, talented performers who have come to help us just celebrate an evening remembering Kitty Sarkissian. Before we start with our musical evening, I want to ask Pastor Scott to come up and say a few words of welcome.
Thank you, Emily. You know, like Emily said, this is it's a celebration of Kitty's life. So I want to apologize in advance here if you were expecting, a more somber kind of service, which I thought it was originally. It's not going to be that. There's going to be music. There's going to be songs. There's going to be people telling stories. And we're just going to really celebrate Kitty's life here. And by the way, there's going to be slideshows too. So I'm glad Aram is here and Tamara is here, and so family is here, and a lot of Kitty's friends are here to celebrate with her, because she's out there somewhere. Let's see. So, we're a church, so I would be remiss if I didn't say something about God while we're here, right? Anyway, we want to thank God for Kitty and her life, and what she meant to all of you, and the love that she shared with all of you. And wherever you are, Kitty, we're thinking about you, and we're going to celebrate your memory, and we're going to go down memory lane for you. And anyway, amen.
Thank you, Pastor Scott. We're keeping it casual. We're keeping it jovial. We're going to, next on my schedule is asking Kitty's son, Aram, to come up and say a few words. So, maybe he wants to sing a song, maybe not. Well, Aram, if you're ready. And if you're not, we'll call you back up later. All right, well, come on up to this microphone.
Wow. Well, it's really profound to be in this room again. I grew up in this room in a lot of ways, and it was the first stage I was ever on, and it's really neat to see how, much energy and love is still going on here, and even in a whole other way than how it was when I was here. So good job to the community here. I think maybe my dad's memorial was the last time I was here, which was 19 years ago. But before that, it was multiple times a week from preschool to the end of high school. I just have bullet points here that I'm going to riff off of in no particular order. So I was always, I would say, very close with my mom, and especially in the last couple of years when she, had her medical stuff start happening, then, we really leaned into it and, really started treating all of our time together as precious. And, for the last year at least, or more, I probably talked to her almost every day on the phone. And we just always had the best conversations. I realize how much, now that she's gone, like how much I sort of lived my life in order to share it with her. Because I just realized, like, as I'm going through my life, I'm just, picking things to tell her about. And this would be, a whomper of a thing. And I mean, and just like, does she know that Pastor Scott could sing like that? I'm like, I almost wanted to, I was going to like shoot a video at sound check to share with her. I'm like, oh man. And it was really precious, so I started visiting a lot more. I live in Northern California in Sonoma County, so I haven't lived down here for most of my adult life. But then I started coming down a lot more, and then especially this last year, a lot more, and then I lived with her for 6 weeks and was her primary caregiver and really got to experience her community. There's a lot of people that I kind of knew growing up, and people I'd been hearing about for years. And she always, the way, like, we, Tamara and I, ask our friends to call if they're going to come by, But, I was living with her, and I mean, it's just like every couple days someone would just show up and knock at the door, and that was just that was like the right way. Like, that's how she liked to live. And it was so awesome. I mean, all you people, would just show up. Yeah. It's awesome. And I got to have lots of hangouts in the living room, dinners, occasionally with wine involved, and just, man. I mean, I could take the whole hour telling stories, so I'm going to try not to do that. But one of the things I realized is that, she had a lot of dear friends, but I think she was a special person to a lot of people. I mean, she just didn't just know a lot of people, but she was a special person to a lot of people, and I really got to feel that, and and I feel like I've really gained a lot of you as friends now, which is, this one of many blessings that's come from her passing. That's, kind of hard to parse, but that's how it is, and here we are doing this celebration, which I was like, celebration, like everybody, the memorial, like no, it's a celebration of life, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever, that's what you guys call it, but no, I get it. This is a good way to do this, and I think she really appreciates this. So let's see. Forgive me, I'm scrolling on my phone. I mean, Tamara wanted me to mention, there's so much here. I'm not even going to bother trying, but one story. So, like when I was 10 years old, I discovered Van Halen, David Lee Roth era Van Halen, and it just was like changed my life, and all I wanted to do was listen to Van Halen. And she totally dug it. and like, I can remember, I don't know if this happened a bunch of times or if it just happened once, but it seems like it happened, like, I just wanted to, like, put on the Van Halen record and, like, dance around, 10 years old, and she would dance around with me. So, deep memory of my mom dancing around the living room to Runnin' with the Devil. I think for sure we did it to that song, but I mean, any of the first 5 Van Halen albums, pick a song. I don't know, I feel like, yeah, we did that. And so, I don't know, that's pretty special for a 10-year-old. Like, she encouraged me and loved me and loved my enthusiasms. And then another thing is I realized that a lot of my interests and obsessions, that it didn't occur to me till more recently, were really seeded by her, which reading like, kind of highbrow intellectuals. Like, she read every issue of the New Yorker cover to cover for, the last 50 years or whatever. And I always saw her doing that, and even though that seemed like boring grown-up stuff to me, I was like, that's cool, and so, I'm an intellectual, and the arts, like, she used to take me to see French films and art houses, and she always was going to museums and the opera and the symphony and all this stuff, and in my own way, some of the things that she maybe wished I wasn't so interested in, I realize, I kind of got from her. Just this whole kind of bohemian ethos that I've really run with. I think, like, she's like I got it from her. And you'll see, like, there's some of these pictures out here of her in her bohemian era in Paris, and yeah, I mean, she really instilled in me, without making a point of it, that the arts and creativity were really valuable, of really high value. And there's a couple other ones, but I'm just kind of blanking here. Yeah, and I really appreciate everything everybody here has done, especially Kathy and Clark, for making this happen. I mean, but that this can happen in this place is precious. Oh yeah, gardening, that was another one. Gardening and plants. She was always doing that. And that was another thing that it was like kind of boring to me as a kid, but I mean, that's like it's like my favorite thing in the world now is gardening, and I mean, let's see, oh yeah, we went and saw Leonard Cohen on his last tour together. It was epic. And, it's funny, I actually turned her on to a bunch of music of the 60s because she wasn't really into that, but, like, I made her a Leonard Cohen fan. I made her a Neil Young fan, even a Jimi Hendrix fan. So, yeah, we ended up seeing Leonard Cohen, and that was something else. So, yeah, I mean, that's all. That's enough. Thank you all for loving her, and it really does soften the blow that her love, your love, it's love. It's not her love. It's not, it's. But I get all you guys. So thank you.
Thank you, Aram. It's not easy to speak at a memorial or even a celebration, but it will be a celebration, and thank you for sharing some of your memories. It is very clear that she was an amazing mom, and you guys had an awesome relationship. And I know you live in Northern California, but if you're ever down here, you are welcome, and I think you fit right in. So you can come on back just to visit or move, whatever. But thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Well, we are going to move right along to our entertainment for the evening, the celebration part of this celebration. First on the lineup, my phone went away. I have Mark Owens. Hey, here's Mark Owens. He is a friend. Mark, come on up, and he's going to be singing a song and providing a prayer. Do you need anything other than a microphone?
Nope.
All right.
Thank you, Aaron, for your words. It made me think about the song that I'm getting ready to sing. Can you hear me okay? Okay. The song that I'm going to sing, it translates to pray for, like, you pray to God, pray with your family, and pray with your community. We thank our ancestors for being able to be here. That's not it. We thank our ancestors for being here with us. Okay? But I'd like to offer a prayer, and then I'm going to sing this song. So it's in my family's language, Lakota, and when we do these songs, we're calling in the directions with the intention of bringing our ancestors to us. Felt that one. Okay. By the way, as I do the directions, if you'd like to stand up with me, I'm going to go from the west to the north, to the east, to the south. Not required, but you're welcome. Grandmother, grandfather, ancestors, I'd like to thank you for this sacred space right here. I'd like to ask you to bless the ones that walked here before us, all the way back. I'd like to bless Kitty's life and all the love and family that she has here. Thank you for her life. Thank you for all the beautiful people that she touched and that she helped, and her interests, and the wonderful son that she gave birth to and raised. And I'm sorry that he has to walk the rest of his life without her. I'd like to thank you for these standers, for the crawlers, for the flyers, for the swimmers, for the four-legged. Bless all living things throughout the universe, all my relations. So. O te waka tanka we o he. O te waka tanka o si maya yo. Oyate zane klit pelo. Wea oye wa elo yo he. O te waka tanka o si maya yo. Oyate zane kli pelo. Wea oye wa elo he. O te waka tanka we o he. O te waka tanka o si maya. Oyate zane klit pelo. Wea oye wa elo yo he. O te waka tanka o si maya yo. Oyate zane klit pelo. Wea oye wa elo yo he. O te waka tanka weo hei. O te waka tanka o si mai yo. Oia te zane klit pelo. Wea oye wa elo hei. O te waka tanka o si mai yo. Oia te zane klit pelo. Wea oye wa elo yo hei. O te waka tanka weo hei. O te waka tanka o si mai yo. Oia te zane klit pelo. Wea oye wa elo yo hei. O te waka tanka o si mai yo. Oia te zane klit pelo. Wea oye wa elo yo hei. Oh, thank you. Bless all of you. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Mark. That was powerful. All right. Well, I don't have much to say after that, but that was awesome. I'm going to welcome our next performer to the stage, and it's Jonathan. Good luck following that, Jonathan. No. We're going to change up the tone, and we've got Larry accompanying on the I don't know if it's a piano or electric keyboard. All right, keyboard.
Hello, thank you. So, keeping with languages, ça va? Comment allez-vous? And most importantly, je t'aime. Excusez. Every time I look down on the timeless town, whether blue or gray be the skies, whether loud be her cheers, or whether soft be her tears, more and more do I realize. I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles. I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris. Oh, why do I like Paris? Because my love is here. Let's try this again. I can get it right the second time. I love Paris in the springtime. Got the words this time. I I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles. I love Paris every moment. Yes, I do. I love Paris in the year. I love Paris. Why, oh, why do I like Paris? Because my love is near.
Thank you, Jonathan and Larry. You were missing your can-can dancers. Where were they? That was great, guys. Okay, so we are going to call up Evie as our next performer. And Evie's going to be singing a classic. I guess it's called a classic. Come on, Evie. Come on.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I can't help falling in love with you? Like the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. Like the river goes surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you, for I can't help falling in love with you.
Thank you, Evie, for sharing that with us. That was a beautiful performance of a song that I hear in Elvis's voice, but now I will hear it in yours. All right, next on our lineup, we have a slideshow. So I think that's going to start playing, and hopefully there's music. Just making sure it's done. I like to watch them. That was a fun walk down memory lane. It's such a fun life, and so many friends and so many familiar faces in those photos. That was really fun for me. And if you didn't recognize it, the music that was being played with the slideshow was the WHCC Kids Choir, I believe, or Kids Band. So that was them singing it, but just beautiful photos. Thank you for everyone who sent in photos and for whoever put the slideshow together. All right, so next we are going to welcome Lake to the stage, and I think she's likely on Zoom, am I right? All right, so we're gonna all tune into the screen, and Lake is going to sing a song for us.
I'm told that Kitty liked Billie Holiday, so this song was a song Billie Holiday liked, but it was written by Sammy Fain and Irving Kalal. I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that this heart of mine embraces all day through. In that small cafe, the park across the way, the children's carousel, the chestnut trees, the wishing well. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
Thank you, Lake. That's a beautiful song. All right, I'm going to bring up our next performer so I don't speak too much. I'm going to call Eric to the stage. Come on up, Eric. Eric is going to be singing Bright Morning Stars. If you can make it over the wires. It's okay. Welcome.
We had a moment. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness. This is a piece that I thought Kitty would really like, and I wanted to do it as a trio, but for a number of reasons, my daughters are scattered in the wind, and we'll get them back when we can and do it. But this is a traditional, and I don't know. I just think she would really like it. So. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Day is a-breaking in my soul. Oh, where are our dear fathers? Oh, where are our dear
a breaking in my soul. Oh, where are our dear mothers? Oh, where are our dear mothers? They have gone to heaven a-shouting. Day is a-breaking in my soul. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Day is a-breaking in my soul.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for singing that solo, that intended trio that also works as a solo. We'll welcome you another time with the trio. That was beautiful. So next on my lineup, I have Marv. So Marv, you would like to say a few words, and I can come to you with the microphone, or you can come up here. I remember we had a party for Marv and for Ted a little bit ago. It was when they both had some birthdays, and Kitty was some birthdays, I don't know. And Kitty was sitting in the front row, and she came up and she had a lot of beautiful things to say. So I guess it's your turn, Marv.
I think there's supposed to be some, here we go. Well, have any of you heard the Bridge to Nowhere? At any rate, the large hiking group that Kitty was part of, we all decided we'd not go to the Bridge to Nowhere. Well, interestingly, to get a shorter way to Wrightwood, it was decided they would go up the East Fork of the San Gabriel River. Well, they had constructed the first 4 bridges, but then they had a storm that completely washed out the first 3. However, the 4th bridge was built on solid rock and was up high. Well, our hiking group decided we'd like to see this. We started out, and it was much further than we thought it was going to be. So what did we ate lunch. At any rate, a little bit later, Kitty Sarkissian, myself, Ken Schottner, who was the judge over at Van Nuys, plus others, decided we still wanted to see the Bridge to Nowhere. So we went up, but you had to cross the river, which is a pretty formidable little river. We had to cross it 5 or 6 times, and we finally arrived. We were hot and tired, and it just so happened that when they decided the project was not making any sense, it returned to the original owner. Well, the original owner now runs a bungee jumping business there. And at any rate, he had no customers for a couple of hours. He decided we'd like to eat lunch in the shade and in chairs. We did. I was even in a chaise lounge. At any rate, that's that story. Okay, this is a good part of the hiking group. The lady on the left has since died, Ursula Kimmel, but there's Kitty Sarkissian, there's Judy Jordan that belongs in this church, there's Mary McKee that was married in this church, then Ken Chotner, who was a judge at the Van Nuys court, and myself. And that's just part of the hiking group. Okay, this is a nice picture of Kitty and Jenny Erickson. Jenny Erickson used to live over the hill in Los Angeles proper and knew a number of people over there, but she since moved out to Thousand Oaks. Well, she figured that some of the people she knew over the hill knew people that were in the valley. And that was really the starting of the hiking group. At any rate, she got everybody together. And this is my family. We used to have dinners over at our house for a number of years, every Thursday night. And Kitty would come. But in time, she was having trouble breathing. She would come with oxygen in her mouth. And then pretty soon she couldn't drive. So we had to go get her to bring her to our house. And then finally, she just was too difficult, so she just never came at all, and she died shortly thereafter. Oh, here's our music group. She's not in the picture, but the music group happens to be here tonight. Would they stand up momentarily? There they are, three of them. Connie Kupka, David Spouts, and Jane Levy. Well, one of our hikes, we went up Mount Wilson on the east side, and about halfway up was lunchtime. So we had lunch, and there just happened to be two girls there. Well, one of our members, Izzy Lieberman, had put together a harpsichord. Needless to say, he also played it. Well, he really hit it off with these two girls, which happened to be sitting in the back of the room, and they joined our music group, and we had many hikes in the local Santa Monica Mountains, San Gabriel Mountains, and may I say also we'd have music, maybe half hour to an hour of string trios of Haydn, Beethoven, even Couperin. At any rate, we also would go to Alabama Hills, Death Valley, even Zion National Park. And may I say, we would have our hike, and then we would have music, enjoy music. So you see, they were also part of the group that Kitty belonged to. I guess that's it.
Thank you, Marv, for those stories and the photos to accompany them. That is a fun life well lived. I've never heard of a harpsichord being used as like a pickup line, but that's, I guess if you put your mind to it and if you've made it yourself, maybe that's what it takes. That was wonderful. All right, I'm going to welcome to the stage Ann Bell, and she's going to be singing. There was a photo in the slideshow earlier of Kitty in, I believe it was Paris, standing next to the Parisian subway. So when I read the title of the song that you're singing, I thought, oh, that's so appropriate.
Yeah, let's see, it's on, yeah. Kathy McIlvain told me that Kitty loved the opera, and she traveled one time, like a quick back and forth flight, just to go and see the opera in Paris. So I thought I'd pick a song, an aria from a opera that depicts bohemian life in Paris. And this is called Mi chiamano Mimi. My name is Mimi. Si mi chiamano Mimi, ma io mio nome Lucia. La storia mia è breve, a te la seta ricamo in casa e fuori. Son tranquillo e lieto, ed il mio svago facile rose. Mi piacciono quelle cose che anzi dolce Maria, che volano Mi chiamano Mimì, perché non so, sola mi fui il prezzo da me stessa, non vado sempre a messa, ma
dimmi le seppelle narrare, sono la sua vicina che la vien fuori d'ora importunare.
Wow, Anne, thank you. Also, the more I learn about Kitty, the more I like her. A short flight to Paris just to see the opera, I would have tagged along on that one. All right, calling up next, we are going to welcome Larry back to the piano, and he's going to be performing a song by many people, but also, I think originally Ella Fitzgerald, Nearness of You. Thank you, Larry. It's a beautiful song, beautifully played as well. All right, next I'm going to ask Grace to come to the stage. Grace, are you out there? Gracie, I'm sorry. It says Grace here for a minute. Gracie, I would like to welcome Gracie to the microphone. Sorry. No worries.
play. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When Christ shall come with shout of acclamation, when take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration, and then proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Join with me. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art.
Thank you, Grace. All right, so that was beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Sometimes you can't help it to sing along. You just need a little bit of an invitation. So, well done. Okay, so next I'm going to call Julie, accompanied, I believe, by Anne. Right? Oh, and Julie is accompanying Anne. Julie and Anne, please come up to the front of the sanctuary.
Julie was going to play this song, and then she said the words are so pretty. I want the words sung so people can hear the words. It's turn, turn, turn. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time, time for every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to carry stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn,
a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time for every purpose under heaven.
Thank you, Julie and Anne. I think that was the right call. The words are perfect for this evening. While they were singing, if you were in the front row with us, you might have noticed. I think it's a cricket. I tried to step on it, but the problem with high. No. I have high. I can't see. I don't have glasses on. I thought it was a spider. I'm sorry, but my high heels saved it. So if you see him walking around, just, let him be. It was almost at your foot. It was, it all worked out, but that's the price we pay for having this beautiful garden right next to the sanctuary. So it's okay, just letting you guys know he's here. All right, so I'm going to welcome Peggy up to say a few words. Careful. Would you like me to turn on a light?
I have the speaker so I don't have to hold it. My hand shakes. Oh. No, I don't think so. No, I don't need a light. Is that okay? All right, so I was going to tell you a secret, but you all know it. Kitty went to Paris. She and I belonged to we had season tickets to the LA Opera for years. They only stopped when the pandemic caused the Dorothy Chandler Pavilion to have to close. But way back in 2005, an opera friend we had named Fred, who was a professor, told us about something he saw at the LA Philharmonic. It was this amazing concert version of Wagner's Tristan und Isolde. And he said it was even more amazing because there were giant videos by a man named Bill Viola, and that the conductor, Esa-Pekka Salonen, was taking the whole thing to Paris, along with Peter Sellers, not the actor, but the director, who was going to create a full stage version. And Fred said, boy, if I didn't have classes, I'd go to Paris to see that. And Kitty and I looked at each other and said, we don't have classes. And so we went to Paris. And we were there on May 1st, and that's the day that people exchange Lily of the Valley. So we did that. She bought some for me, and I bought some for her. and our room smelled heavenly that night. Then came the day for us to go to the opera, and it was drizzling a little bit. And our hotel manager said, take the bus. They get through the traffic a lot easier than taxis. So we did. The bus driver told us where to get off. We got off. What he didn't tell us was at that point, two roads came together like this. We took the wrong one. And we're, in the rain, kind of drizzle, kind of looking down, looking up every once in a while. No opera house. Finally, in her perfect French, Kitty asked a passerby, and he said, oh, it's over on the other street. So we headed in that direction. What we didn't realize was they were pretty far apart by now. So we get to the other street, we look down, sure enough, there's this big white building that must be the opera house. We boogie on down the street. In 1-inch heels, you don't boogie very fast. And so we got there, there wasn't a person in sight, nowhere. But we went inside, up the steps, sure enough, after the second set of steps, there was a ticket taker. We held out our tickets, and he said, that's the door you want. Kitty didn't realize it, but she dropped her purse. We go to the door, it's closed. There's an usher standing in front of it, and I thought, he took pity on us because my hair was hanging down. Kitty's was all curly because, the dampness. But he let us in. The lights were still on, and we quietly got down the steps to our seats, and the lights went out. And there was Esa-Pekka Salonen on the podium, and the music started, and it was glorious. And of course, with the giant videos in the background making scenery, but not quite. It was so unusual. And at the first intermission, we found the lost and found. We found Kitty's purse. It was undamaged. And we grabbed a bite to eat and quickly back to our seats. Then came the second intermission, and we decided we'd go down and look around at the orchestra, see what it looked like down there. And we're standing down there, and Peter Sellers walks by. And you got to know, Peter Sellers is short, and he's got hair like this, so you know him when you see him. And he looked our way, and I said something like, we love it. And he said, wait right there, I'll be back. So we waited, and he came back, and he asked us, well, how did you know about us? Where did you come from? And all of that. And then he told us about creating the opera and that he had come every night, seen every performance. Then he signed our programs. Thank you. I knew it was something like that. And gave us a hug and a kiss on the cheek. Well, we went back to our seats, saw the rest of the opera, went outside. Where was the bus? I don't know how we missed the stop. And I thought, we came 5,645 miles to see this opera. We almost missed the first act, but boy, it was worth it. So then, on another day, we were there about a week. On another day, we decided to go to Giverny, which is Monet's home and garden. So we went to the train station, we got our tickets, round-trip tickets to Vernon, which was the nearest town to Giverny. And they told us what platform to go to, and we went. And there was a train there already, so we hopped on the train, pulled out. I know. And the conducter looked at our tickets, and he said, ladies, this is the train to Rouen. You want to go to Vernon. That's the train that comes 10 minutes after this train on that platform. So what could we do? It was 80 miles. We looked out the window at the countryside. We bought more tickets. We made sure we were on the right train this time because we didn't want to go back to Paris yet. So we were, because we stopped at every wide spot in the road, every village, every town, but we got there. And the little bus to Giverny, and we went in the house first. Bright yellow kitchen, never saw anything like it. And we saw Monet's collection of Japanese prints. He had them everywhere, hundreds of them. Never saw anything like that, but no paintings. Then we went out into the garden, and it was in full bloom in May, and it was beautiful. Then we went across a little road to the pond where the lily pads were, that he had painted so many pictures of. And at the end of the pond was a green bridge dripping in verbena. And I asked Kitty to step up on the bridge, and she did, and I took her picture. And I looked at that picture, and I thought, that's my favorite picture of this trip, because she had the sweetest smile. And I thought, how can she be so relaxed and smiling? We, two ladies with reasonable education, couldn't figure out the French transportation. But then I thought, yep, that's her. And look at the verbena. Is that not amazing? Wisteria, sorry, wisteria. And then I thought, that's Kitty. She doesn't worry about the wrong train. She's always interested in what's the next adventure. And that's how Joe and I remember her.
Thank you, Peggy, for taking us on that amazing vacation with you. Do we have any writers in the house? Because I would definitely watch that miniseries. These women running around Paris. That would be awesome. All right, well, let's continue with our musical entertainment. I'd like to bring Brian to the stage. He's going to be singing a song that my grandma introduced to me, so this is going to be a treat. Yep.
Bring it up a little bit. What's up, everybody? I'm the new guy, so I didn't have the opportunity of meeting Miss Kitty, but just based on this gathering, it seems like your mother was a very special lady. And I'm honored to be singing this song for her celebration of life today, Unforgettable. Unforgettable, that's what you are. Unforgettable, though near or far, like a song of love that clings to me. Oh, how the thought of you does things to me never before. Has someone been more unforgettable in every way? And forevermore, that's how she'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible how someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. unforgettable in every way. And forevermore, that's how she'll stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible how someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too.
Thank you, Brian, for performing that, and Wayne for accompanying. Next, I am going to call Fia. Fia is going to come with her ukulele and perform for us another Nat King Cole.
I'll be performing Love by Nat King Cole, and you are more than welcome to sing along with me.
L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. B is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. One more time. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. B is very, very extraordinary. D is even more than anyone that you adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you.
Thank you, Fia. Thank you, Fia. That's the theme of the evening, love. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It was so beautiful to hear everybody singing together. So up next, I'm going to call Pastor Scott to come sing, and I have the same question. Did Kitty know that he could sing like this? If she didn't, she knows now, because I know she's listening.
Pardon my back. You know, this is a wonderful evening, and I just couldn't help thinking that, you know, Kitty's presence is here with us, and, you know, I think she's looking down and she's watching us, and she's enjoying that her friends and her family are here to pay tribute to her. So I'd like to do a song. It's a beautiful song. It's an old song that was written by George and Ira Gershwin. If I can I gotta have my notes here, you know. George and Ira Gershwin, and this one is called Someone to Watch Over Me. There's a somebody I'm longing to see. I hope that she turns out to be someone who'll watch over me. I'm a little lamb who's lost in the wood. I know I could always be good to someone who'll watch over me. Although I may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to her heart I'll carry the key. Won't you tell her please to put on some speed, follow my lead, oh how I need someone to watch over me. Although I may not be the man some girls think of as handsome, to her heart I'll carry the key. Won't you tell her please to put on some speed, follow my lead, oh how I need someone to watch over me. Won't you tell her please to put on some speed, follow my lead, oh how I need someone to watch over me. Wayne Wilkins on piano.
Thank you, Pastor Scott. I know Kitty is clapping as well. That was beautiful. She's dancing. We have one more performance this evening, and it will be by our chancel choir. So I would like to call to the front all of our choir members to share a song that they've rehearsed for this evening. Thank you, choir. Thank you for that beautiful song. That concludes our evening of musical celebration and storytelling. We want to thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Aram and Tamara, for coming to visit this church again, and for all of our performers, all our friends and family members and community members. We feel the love tonight, and I hope that you all do as well. We have a book out front to write memories or sign or write any sort of message, so please don't forget to do that before you go home for the evening. But thank you all for joining us, and we hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening with happy memories and safe travels and safe tomorrows. Good night.